shortly. And the pace vehicle will also make its way out onto the circuit. We say a big hello and welcome to everybody that's joined us here, not only at the venue, but if you're watching live, thanks to clayperview.com, or if you're over in America, of course, FloRacing has been able to broadcast worldwide, which is fantastic to see. As Wade mentions and continues to mention, there is a number of Americans that are staying up late to watch all this action and also asking the heavy questions, Gary Ross, in terms of why the super rods are going the opposite, the right, wrong way, depending on who you ask.
Well, going in a clockwise direction, if you ask any of those guys, that is the only direction to run. And yeah, it gets a little confusing, but it's a great spectacle. It is a fantastic spectacle. And these super rods have been doing it for years and years and years.
Yeah, they certainly has. Heat race number 1 will look a little bit like this. Starting on the pole will be the Hamilton 23 of Billy Grist. On his outside will be the Avalon 75 of Stan Marco Jr.
On the second row, on the inside, it's the 82 car of Bailey Pitcher. And on his outside, the 66 car of George Wollstonecroft. And gee, wasn't he popular last night on the podium?
Yeah, he certainly was. Then we go back to the W5 of Paul Verhoeven. On his outside as well, or his inside, shall I say, is the P76 of Tanner Barclay.
And off the back row on the inside in the Herbie fully loaded replica, it's none other than Peter Deinhoven in the 53 car. And on his outside will be the Victoria 29 entry of Glenn Lawless.
We get set. Lights are out, pace vehicle moves its way to the infield. We put 8 laps on the board. Super rods, heat race number 1, right here at Premier Speedway, SunGold Stadium. We're green, Stan Marco Jr. outdoes Billy Grist for the lead in turn 1 and 2. Bailey Pitcher tries to move into P3 and he'll maintain that, but he's going after Billy. A hip and shoulder on Billy there. Umpire calls play on. Look at Paul Verhoeven try and come through as well with that waterable number 5. Tanner Barclay ahead as well. George Wollstonecroft, who Gary Ross was very impressive last night, wasn't he?
Certainly was. And George has got a bit of age on him, and to get up on onto the podium is a real big achievement for George, and we love George, and it was just fantastic, and he hasn't been able to wipe the smile off his face since.
Yeah, certainly has. Look at Stan Marco Jr. Maintains the lead, just got pushed there in turn 3 and 4. Washed off with a little bit of speed. Billy Grist still occupies P2 on the Hamilton 23. Bailey Pitcher in the Avalon 82 is right behind him. Verhoeven to the inside, Barclay to the outside. Barclay trying to go for that 4th and 5th spot there. So Barclay trying to hold on in the 76, decides to go that mid groove instead of a high groove. He's still got Paul Verhoeven ahead of him in P4. Wollstonecroft, Peter Deinhoven and Glenn Lawless all deeper in the field in this one. Your leader now turns 4 laps into 3. So 3 to run, the opening heat race here for the super rods.
You know, it's probably been the commentator's curse already, but George Wollstonecroft in the 66 car has got some issues.
Yeah, certainly has. Does not look like he's going forward at this point. Stan Marco, next time by, will take the white flag. Ducks down to the inside. Behind him is Billy Grist and the Hamilton 23s. Got out a sizable lead between 1st and 2nd, but the battle is on between 3rd and 4th, trying to round out the podiums here in the opening heat race. Bailey Pitcher trying to hold on from the waterable 5 of Paul Verhoeven. Will Paul go one more time in turn 3 and 4? Bailey kind of closes the door pretty quickly on that one, and the checkered flag will come out for Stan Marco Jr. in the Avalon 75. He'll take maximum points here tonight. Billy Grist in P2 in the Hamilton 23. Bailey Pitcher in P3 in the Avalon 82. Paul Verhoeven had a tight battle there. He'll finish in P4. Tanner Barclay in 5. Peter Deinhoven in 6. Glenn Lawless in 7 in the V29. And George Wollstonecroft rounds out 8 car finishes there for heat race number 1 for our super rods. Just confirming that Stan Marco Jr. was able to pick up the win there. They'll go back to the pits. We'll see those guys a little bit later on. We'll take a short break here at Premier Speedway, SunGold Stadium, and we'll be back very shortly.
G'day, Hodgie. Your lawn's looking awesome. What is it?
Okay, Charlie. Yeah, it's tip-top. looking good, Hodgie.
Yeah, thanks, Nige. It's tip-top. So, Hodgie, what is the smartest grass? Mate, it's tip-top.
I'm traveling non-stop, straight to the top. Man, I've got a plan that can't miss. No worries or strife, I'm loving my life. What could be better than this?
Did you know that O'Brien also does electrical work? Well, I didn't, but they do. O'Brien Electrical Warrnambool has over 18 years experience specialising in domestic, commercial and industrial work, servicing and repairs. O'Brien Warrnambool also offers solar power products and installations with local after-sales service. Need air conditioning or your white goods repaired? Well, O'Brien does that too. O'Brien Electrical Warrnambool, locally owned, nationally recognised.
I know that Chase and Alexa are tuned in, I'm sure, watching through the fence and keeping an eye on what's going on. So as we get ready for our F here at the moment, can we just, well, we're kind of Brian Brown is watching, Jason Sides is tuned in, Danny Smith is now up and about and watching. He just said, good luck, everybody, enjoy the classic as well. So can we work a bit of an Aussie here, just warm everybody up. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Aussie! Aussie, 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 Aussie! And we're starting to get dialed in. Hey, Trevor Green, I saw him wandering around the pits earlier. Of course, he's working on the Rusty Hickman N88 that's owned by Jimmy Matchett. I have so many amazing stories with Trev, most of which I can't share. But it was a very interesting situation with Trev where he injured his back in turn one. And Gav, you would remember this pretty well. I'm pretty sure it was a World Series Sprint Car Speed Week round. Had a bit of a wreck in turn one and ended up in Warrnambool Hospital. And he texted me later that night and said, hey mate, just want to let you know, I'm feeling better. The nurses and the staff are very friendly. Not the prettiest nurses in the world, but they're very friendly. And I read the message out to the crowd. And within 15 minutes, I get a text back from Greenie saying, what did you just say? Nurse Ratchet has just come in and put the next needle in sideways. Like she basically stood at the foot of the bed and threw the needle at me.
Into the bone.
So I want to say hello. There's a reason I'm mentioning this, because Kath and Kelv are back home watching in Two Wells in South Australia. I know that Steve Green is back in South Australia as well with mum and dad. And boy, you talk about a pair of people that have put their heart and soul into their children's speedway career. Between Steve, Mouse and Trevor, emotionally and financially invested in so many levels. Kelv, as he's known as Bad Santa, and the lovely Kath, who's been absolutely the matriarch of the Green family. So Kath, I just want to say hello to you, and also Kelv, tell you that we love you very much and you're an important part of our community and our family, and we look forward to seeing you very soon on your Greenies. Car's on track right now. There is the 11 of Michaela. Picked up a couple little sponsors on the side of that car. A couple tyres were bought for him.
F for Freddie.
Whew.
Main.
Whew.
E-Main to follow. Cars will receive service. Only two cars advancing. Jamie Matheson drawn on pole position. The New South Wales 49. These are the cars that are positioned 43 to 47 in their respective flight or nights. Night 1, night 2. Dave Dennison will start alongside of him, the V15. Phil McAuliffe, as we said, in position number 3 in the VA11. Luke Sturton in the New South Wales 10 from 4. The S20 of Glenn Sutherland finds himself starting from position number 5. The Queensland 9 of Nathan McFarlane would start. Kai Jensen, excuse me, is starting from position number 6. Then it's the NQ9 of Nathan McFarlane from 7. Kobe Allett, the New South Wales 72. And Jai Stevenson rounds out the starters, the NS45 from Cobar, New South Wales. So Jamie Matheson and Dave Dennison drawn to start on the front row. So this is the F main. The top two finishers advance to the back of the E main. Everybody else's classic is done. So Matheson. Go, Gary.
Tonight's F Main is brought to you by Inspirations Paint Bendigo, and the proudly part of Australia's largest change of specialty paint stores with 130 stores nationwide. And if you're after paint, give them a call. They're at 46 Abel Street in Bendigo and proud to support Premier Speedway.
You were my inspirations, Rossi.
Oh,
I see what you did there.
You see that? Slimer Matheson on that pole. That heater design car looks super cool. Heaters are knocking out some really cool designs as well, and Slimer is a very talented sign rider anyway in that 49, a great friend of Ian Madson's in particular. So McCaleb on that inside second row, the tyre factory, running an LS, I'm pretty sure. Dennison on that outside front row. Feeling a little bit sore is Luke Sturton, but I'm glad he's back in that Natrad number 10 and Glenn 20. Glenn Sutherland and the Gambia Earth Movers number 20. Boy, that guy is so resilient. He's back again tonight. Are we going? I think we are. Glenn got a ripping start up the inside. Sturton to the top. We stay green. Luke Sturton drops down. You just see now Elliott making the run in that Nature Zone 72. Matheson, your lead up. New South Wales, SA. New South Wales, Victoria. Stevenson. Very unique design on the 45. And Glenn Sutherland, Gav, starting to come on as we see Nutty taking on Dennison.
Sutherland was always in danger of doing this. Started deeper in the field, goes by Matheson. Slides the Gambia Earth Movers number 20 up track at turn number 4. Jamie slips back through on the inside. Again, Sutherland fires a shot. They work in the back chute. This time by, there'll be 6 to run. Sutherland slides himself. Goes back to the wall. Now opens up a handy buffer. Luke Sturton looking to challenge for that top 2 positions. Now he runs up on the inside of Jamie Matheson. They'll work down out of turn number 4. Luke Sturton, the Natrad number 10. Oh, Matheson locked the handle in the 49. Drops the anchor and pulls up. Will go yellow. So while in a transfer spot, had just lost it to Luke Sturton. Luke Glenn Sutherland, you said it exactly that, a former World Series contracted driver and the pride of Mount Gambier. And every time we see a situation like this, we just love to give him a little bit of lady luck, wouldn't we?
Oh, look, absolutely. I mean, his wife Fallon and his kids, the whole Sutherland family have always been massive supporters of Glenn's program. And he just loves it. I know sometimes I worry, I think he's going to go, stuff it, it's too hard. I've torn up gear, I've hurt myself, I'm just not sure of why I'm doing this. And every time he rolls back out, I think, yes.
But he loves it, right?
Thank God he does, Gav.
He's been regular to Darwin in August to get some family time. He and Fallon and the kids, they'll drive all the way. Not with an operator and he flies in and out. No, he wants to drive the transport. It's his family time. He loves that side of the sport. So there's another look into number 1. Jamie Matheson, unfortunately, had a good handle on the opening handful of laps. Unfortunately, now rejoins, albeit at the tail of the field. Sutherland and Luke Sturton.
I remember back when we did World Series Sprint Cars here on a January 1 round, we took a photo of all the fathers and sons that were on the road at the time. And proudly in amongst that was Glenn and his daddy, and back in the day, right in front of that turn 1 gate. Glenn Sutherland to lead away. Luke Sturton in second. Phil McCaleb. Here comes Kobe Elliott. Trying to work that inside groove on the 11 and edge towards a possible transfer. Now the 72, lower part of the racetrack, looks pretty tasty. Top 2 in this transfer situation. Glenn Sutherland, Luke Sturton. Elliott, who started the weekend in the worst possible fashion. They had motor trouble. He didn't get a time of any significance. Now he's up to 3rd. McCaleb, Stevenson, running the top for these guys. Oh, Steve-O loses the handle. And we are the same color as the 45. 45, 45, 45.
I see what you did there again.
I don't want to peak too early.
You're in good touch. Good to have you here, Wade Oranger. The Cobar Steel number 45, the NS registered, New South Wales 45.
You know, I was never any good at trigonometry at school, but I'm pretty good at talking to this trigonometry.
Luke Sturton pulls up. Stevie's just motioning as well. He sees that ahead of you and I, Wade, because he pays attention. The New South Wales 10 of Luke Sturton. Stevie Trigg, welcome to the commentary team again. First time on the mic for the Classic, mate. We're enjoying having your contribution also on 4 Wide race night previews as well earlier on this afternoon. The interviews over the last 3 nights and also the contribution here at the venue, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gav. I'm very excited to be my first Classic on the infield here. This is just unbelievable.
Yeah, Luke Sturton unfortunately cracks the belts.
Run out of fuel is the word.
Oh, really?
Oh my goodness me. Run out of motion lotion in the Natrad number 10, the Motor Atco entry.
I think
that's
Stevie,
heartbreaking.
I think Stevie asked the question just verbally, how? That's one job, I assume. And I know it's not easy. I think you said it, we get emotionally tired, and at that point, you're potentially going to miss something. That's a shame for Luke. You talked about the body. Nothing would have got his spirits any better than a transfer position out of this one in the Natrad number 10, if in fact that is the case. Kobe Elliott. This is a good opportunity. The Nature's Way in New South Wales 72. Bill McCaleb, Nathan McFarlane. Jamie Matheson trying to work his way back into the mix. He's in P number 5. So you'll lead up. Next time by, we'll have 2 laps to run. Side-by-side battle for position number 4. McFarlane, the NQ9. Oh, and he's done it again. NS45 spins into number 3 and 4, and we stay green. We do. So the 20 car works its way into the main straightaway. Kobe in a transfer. Boy, Glenn Sutherland cruises into turn number 3, slips to the bottom to see what's down there as he works to the checkered flag. Glenn Sutherland will advance. So too will Kobe Elliott, the New South Wales 72. Phil McCaleb next in line, followed by Nathan McFarlane, back to Jamie Matheson, Dave Dennison in the V15. And Stevenson rounds out the finishes. Bang your hands together, Warrnambool, for Mount Gambier's Glenn Sutherland, who moves on and upwards out of the F main into the E. So cars will push out onto the start chute in a moment. 10 cars, 10 laps. It gets a little more difficult. So for everybody else outside of the top 2, they will be looking toward the next event.
Gav, I'll just grab him real quick. Let's grab Luke. I know you're gutted, but massive effort from everybody on this team to get you back out there. I know you're really sore from last night as well, from the other night. You want to say thanks to the people?
Yeah, got to thank all the boys that help out. Dad, Jimmy, Glenn, they put in heaps to get this car ready after last night. It was pretty messed up, but yeah, it's run out of fuel just then. I don't know why. Might have been something to do with the crash last night, but yeah, it's pretty devastating. I also got to thank Lockie, Corny, come and help build the car last night. So.
And that's what I love about our sport, mate. It's the people in it, right? You usually have Batesy down here helping you as well. A few weeks ago, you had Glenn Beto over on the spanners as well. So Dad's certainly been heavily invested in what you do, and there's a lot of people that believe in you.
Yeah, I actually got a call from Jay earlier, said that I better do the alphabet, but I guess it's not happening tonight. But yeah, it's good that everyone gets out and helps around and makes everyone's job a little bit easier, but it's not fun when you have days like these.
Go and set up on the hill, have a coldie.
Will do.
Good to see you, mate. Luke Sturton. Michael, come this way real quick. I just want to get a shot. Look at this gorgeous hot rod. They always present a beautifully turned out car. The Natrad Motor Atco number 10. Boy, this sport sometimes can eat you up and burn you down.
George Taylor stores have absolutely everything. Well, if there's nothing here for you, we'll go heat, hardware, camping gear, office equipment, auto accessories, the list goes on. Did we mention price? If we didn't, we are now. It's downright reasonable. You'll be fair dinkum surprised when you see some of his amazing new imports. Most people say Google it. We say George it. Ask George. He'll have it.
Corey McCullough's fastest lap when he won the 2018 Grand Indian Sprint Car Classic was 11.436 seconds. Not bad. That's roughly how long it takes Brett to make a Kerman's hamburger with the lot. The Classic and Kerman's, a race-winning combination.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family. Indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
An amazing job in that KRE entry. These days, a very proud dad of young Kai as he continues to learn the craft. Stephen Loader after that wreck last night, and the number 10 is back. Gorgeous looking hot rod. And Chris Johns. Oh, Johns has got the wall. He just nailed the wall. And the night is over already for the Johns Agri number 9. I was just referencing how he's turned out a beautiful car. I was about to roll into how much this guy has worked so hard with his family to keep providing a great looking hot rod. He got up into the wall near the Total Tool sign, nailed it, and it basically helicoptered.
He was drawn out of position number 7 here in the E main. I'm no good at counting letters backwards, right? F to the E to the D to the C to the B, 1, B2, and then to the A. That's new and novel when you're counting backwards in the alphabet. So Chris Johns unfortunately comes to grief, no question. It's slick out there. So Corey Sando was drawn out of position number 1. Jamie Hyan on his outside the V89. Brendan Scorgie from 3. Stephen Loader in the V10 from 4. Darren Jensen in the Q75. I heard you talking about the pilot of the KRE number 75. He won an Easter Trail round here at SunGold Stadium on a heavy night. We just see the replay on the Daniel Trucking screen as well, that he just caught the wall. We only got the back end of that. Great view of Mount Max. Oh. So just caught the tail in the shot as we work our way through. Darren Jensen back at 2001, an Easter Trail round, as we said, from B5. Brett Hobson from 6. Chris Johns was position 7. Troy Hose was 8. Glenn Sutherland and Kobe Elliott round out our 10-car, 10-lap.
So
E-main.
A message from Chillicothe, Ohio, from one Daniel Smith. Danny just saying he spoke to Dennis Farr today. 3 classic wins with Farr Racing with Danny behind the wheel. Dennis turns 80 years old today. Danny wanted to wish him a happy birthday. Boy, that Lander Toyota car was iconic, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Did we see a man down just then? Kid in a helmet running amok. Great crowd in here at SunGold Stadium, enjoying night number 3. It's frantic. We saw a banana last night in the crowd.
Oh, yes, we did too. Oh, man.
So Chris Johns, unfortunately, the Devon Contractors, Johns Angry entry. Infield. Wade, this is certainly courtesy of a little reminder, the conditions are slick. You just need to drive to them. You blow it in. And unfortunately, that wall does not have any forgiveness here at SunGold Stadium. Not the first, he certainly won't be the last, we know that.
I was looking forward to Callum Williamson's wheel packing tonight. That was amazing last night, the way he went up and almost scrubbed off
it, wasn't he?
Hoosier on the tyres. Nice to see that Stephen Loader is back in that outside second row. Sweet looking magnet towing number 10 car. Very, very handy in the burnout world as well. So he'll roll up alongside Brendan Scorgie. Hobson. Also Hose. Jensen in there as well. And as we know, Glenn Sutherland and Kobe Elliott just joined the back of the bus and try and make their way forward. So yellow still on just at the moment. Now, interesting, Luke Oldfield is looking for a ride to the airport tonight. I kid you not. He wants to make the 6 a.m. flight tomorrow morning. So if anybody can offer an Uber service to Luke Oldfield, he needs to be back in Melbourne tonight, or at least before sunup. Let us know a bit later on if you can give Luke. That's a plug from the Orange and White Uber service.
I believe he's sorted. When did you get the message? Just a minute ago?
This afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he's sorted. So without creating pandemonium, Stevie Trigg.
Fellas, just a quick update on the 9. It's only a flat rear tyre. So in the rule book, you're allowed to change a right rear tyre within the first lap. So, and it's any main event is how the rule reads. So by the look of it, they're waiting to see if they can get a wheel out here and get this changed and get back out.
Well, look who's helping, Triggy. Look who's behind you right now. The Gambia Earth Mover boys. They're rolling in here to give a hand here as well.
Kobe's team as well have got a right rear, so this could actually be a huge benefit, isn't it, from both teams.
How good is that,
That's
folks?
our sport, isn't it?
God, I love this sport, Gav.
So just dragging that right rear tyre off the quad as we speak.
That is super cool. Look at these shots right here. Jordan Barrow down there on that right rear. Jordan has JFK dirt carts in the AICA dirt kart racing world as they thrash to get this right rear off and a new one on. That is what community is all about. New South Wales, South Australia and Tasmania combined. When this thing fires up, I'm sure we're all going to warm our hands up a little bit together as well. Put that jump down. Just going to drop her on the ground here. Make sure we get that last little nip up. Bleeder in. Wheel cover back on. Good to see Jamie Cobby around the pits the other night as well. Jamie's very much involved in the bleeder side of things. So she's going straight out. Bleeder is connected. If it fires... Come on, Warrnambool, be generous with your applause.
That's cool, isn't it? Ripper job. We'll sort the invoicing out a little bit later on, right? It's in the mail. Is that what we confirm? Love it. Very cool.
I got goosebumps that it's not this gorgeous summer weather.
Great to see that kind of sportsmanship still exists at this elite level. So here we go, 10 cars, 10 laps. Top 2 will finish and advance. Everybody else third on back is done for the weekend. It is chilly.
There was a few people that would have helped Travis Wright-Latt in the same situation.
Yeah, I heard the train before.
I'm pretty sure Travis watches all this. So
Toot.
He was from Forney, Texas. Remember how I tried to get him to say Premier? Premier, Travis. Premier.
Corey Sando. The Barossa Valley Diesel number 43 sets the rolling pace. This is the E-Main. It's a short sprint, 10 laps. Top 2 cars advance. The Golden Acres number 89 is Jamie Hayen. Brendan Scorgie. Oh, man. It's a train wreck in turn number 1. Eager Beavers, that entire outside row. Jamie Hayen is one of them. Stephen Loader, Brett Hobson. And man, Troy Hose was lucky to skip his way through.
Can I just say I'm glad that the 9 car was not in that? That would have been somewhat anticlimactic, wouldn't it? Boy, how about Scorgie on that start? Like he was climbing out of the sunroof.
Much the same we could say about Glenn Sutherland. He's much better than probably what this reflects. And you could say that about just about everybody in this E-Main, to be fair. Scorgie's fresh from a regional sprint car main win at Nowra in New South Wales recently. So
New South Wales club is doing a good job to keep moving too, Gav. They don't have a home base currently, so they're really working hard on that. Can you believe it? I think it's been 50 years since the great Sid Hopping was a master blaster around here as well. Sid's still very much alive and prospering, still very much hands-on with the family mower business, the man that created Parramatta City Raceway. Be wonderful to have him down here next year. There's the replay. Jamie got the 89 car, then just like a magnet, Loader was involved. You can see the boys are keeping the engines running, Gav. She's a little cool to shut them off at this point. Nearly lost a chub then. Boy, summer in Australia. Geez, I'm glad you love this sport, Glenn Sutherland.
Yeah, we love it. Wouldn't want it any other way.
It's incredible how much you just keep on coming back, and I love that about you, Glenn.
Yeah, the team really pulled together, and we got the car back together for the C-Main the other night, and we had still good car pace, so the boys thrashed pretty hard yesterday to get it going, and now we're back, so we'll have a crack.
Did I see Fallon swinging the spanners last night, the other night?
Yeah, no, she's pretty good on the spanners. It's not the first time she's had to swing them, so she knows what she's doing around a car.
And you know, one of my favourite memories around this place was when we took that photo with your dad. We did all the father and son pics over there in turn 1. I don't think I'll ever forget that.
No, that was a cool day. Yeah, we got that up in our games room, that photo, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty special day, really.
Good on you, mate. Keep on pedaling. Glenn Sutherland. Once again, Trevor Anderson, unfortunately involved. Triggy can ask you a question without notice to interrupt your conversation with the green-laced Gavin White. these cooler conditions, we often see the old horse blankets come out. As soon as the guys pull up, they throw the big heavy-duty blanket over the hood, or the bonnet, as we call it. Why do they do that?
Well, you've got an aluminium block, most of all, is the most important thing of all, and aluminium expands, it heats up, and you want it at a certain temperature, especially for horsepower-wise as well, and to protect the aluminium from stretching and shrinking and all that sort of stuff. So you want the motor running as warm as you can around the 180, 200 degrees. So when it's like this, as soon as you're done, you put the blanket on, and once the water's cool enough, you put your heater on to keep it hot.
And because we can't just fire up the keys in the pits and just warm them up, although we do have heaters that we never used to have many years ago, explain how they work.
Yeah, so it's just plumbed into the water system, and it'll just push the water through the radiator, through the block, and try and keep the temperature up. And they'll always drop a little bit temperature when you unhook them, so that's why you'll see them sometimes blowing a little bit of smoke out the exhaust and stuff when they start up on a really cold night. But for me at the moment, for these cars that are out here, importantly, is everyone for the second event for the night have gone for a gamble and think it's going to be fast, and all the setups are very free, and the track's actually got not much grip at all, and that's why you're seeing so many people having so many trouble, is they haven't anticipated how slick this racetrack's going to be.
So we never used to use the word free a few years ago. That's kind of been a more recent thing. Free, loose, like explain that to people as well.
Yeah, so obviously you'll hear a lot of people saying they're tight or they're free, and tight usually means you're really struggling to turn the car. You're getting in there with a lot of lock and it's not rotating the corner. And if you're free, it's usually the complete opposite. It's rotating the corner for you. And, you know, there's a lot of different people. You could be free in, tied off, and that's why you'll hear a lot of people say, you know, you've got to be comfortable, and that's what it's all about.
So free equals sideways, right? Let's dumb it right down.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
For me, because you're talking to me, I need you to dumb it down.
Spell it out, Stevie.
Free
Kai
for
Jensen's
sideways.
walking around here. Have a look at this guy, Michael. If you can wander over here. Come on over here, Kai. How good is summer in Warrnambool, Victoria, you Queenslander? You look at it. He's freezing his you-know-what's off, shorts and a T-shirt, thinking a better option could be a hoodie right now.
Yeah, definitely awesome long pants. Yeah, I think back home it's like 38 degrees tomorrow, so it's pretty cold here.
We don't know what 38 degrees is down here in our summer. Crazy weekend for you. We saw the damage to that rear end. So significant damage. We think nothing of it, but wow, it did some.
Yeah, it's crazy. It broke both arms off, torsion bars, everything. So, and obviously the rear end, but we got it all fixed up now, and we just thought we'd miss tonight because we'll get it all ready for the title, and kind of sucks because we did really good in qualifying and we had a good car, and yeah, I thought pretty positive, but oh well.
Kai, your dad, Darren Jensen, won a very famous Easter Trail round here back in the year 2000. I don't want to remind him that he's done some laps.
Yeah, I wasn't even born, so yeah, I don't even remember it, but I see the old trophies at home. He's got a few wins here, which is really cool to come here. And a lot of people, yeah, a lot of great people we know, and it's cool to hear.
Look forward to seeing you back next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Kai Jensen, pants are not an option. They're a necessity. So here we go, pushing the field off one more time. So 10 lap remains up on the board. Complete restart will be the order of the day. So hopefully we've allowed the team, Stevie, much the same as what we just talked about there with the free, the loose scenario, that teams have been able to come out, make some changes to allow them to get through just while we cleared that 4-car wreck over in turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, but the only thing they're not allowed to do is change your tyres. If you've come out here with a lot of stagger to help you rotate through the corner, you can't change that. So you've got to find another way to try and tighten the car up.
That's what we're about to find out here in a moment. So chilly conditions for night number 3.
I love it. It's Warrnambool. You know, every day I've been watching Paul Sides do the Motorsport Challenge, where he puts up a photo from his racing passion with no explanation, which is probably what most of those photos deserve, is no explanation. And I keep waiting for the photo of the blue whale. It was Paul. I'm pretty sure Jason was there as well. Might have even been Dave Horrell. I can't even explain that. But they were on top of the blue whale outside the hotel and fell off into the bushes, and find it hard to believe stuff like that happens when the sides are around. So Scourge will have to do this again, Gav. He got a ripping start the first time.
And it is more than capable, you know that. No secret, we've increased the width of Sungold Stadium back for New Year's Day event of 2024 by an extra 4 metres. So there's plenty of room if he's good enough to sneak on through. Stephen Lowe will be hoping for a strong result as well. The Magnet Towing and Transport back number 10. He's the regular pilot of that famous burnout car, UC Smoke, and he is a weapon. Looking to transfer that into a sprint car career as Score, just trying to sneak up through the middle. As Corey Sando leads, Scorgi quickly to second. Kobe Elliott now outside of a transfer spot. Only 2 cars will advance, 1 down. Oh, Jamie Hyan, the Golden Acres number 89, spins in turn number 4. That will bring the yellows on one more time. So proving a little tedious here, the E main. 2 cars will advance to the tail of tonight's D. Jamie Hyan in the Golden Acres, number 89. His dad Gary on the infield here is just pacing. Now he'll refire and come back to the tail of the field. We'll do it all over one more time. Corey Sando, Kobe and Scourge has to do it all over again. That 57 car has been able to make his way to the top 2 on each and every occasion.
Hey Gav, look at the optimism we still have here in this Feature Zone team, because these boys, the weekend didn't start the best for you, did it?
Mate, it didn't start the greatest, but where else would you want to be Sunday night?
Oh, absolutely, and I remember when you guys first came down here to do this, it was a big step up, wasn't it?
It is, it's a real big step up. The boys are battlers, they're here. It's so important for him to have a run, to be here tonight, to do his... He hasn't raced this car. We went to Wangaratta and you won heat. You turn up at the biggest race in the year, just to be at the Classic is amazing. And all we do is we thank everybody for the effort they put in to make this happen for us racers. As long as he goes forward and he has fun, that's what it's all about.
How good's that? Sums it up beautifully. The Golden Acres 89 current 4. Man, why do you do this?
I don't know why I do it, but you can either have bad luck or you can have no luck, and we're getting it at this time this year again. But anyway, we're here. As I said, there's 100 cars here tonight, and we're one of them. There'd be a lot of people out here that want to have a go, but anyway, we're having a go. It's not working our way, but we'll have a go next year again as well.
There's a certain honour in lining up at the Classic, Gavin.
Absolutely.
That's what it comes back to.
And courtesy of a second push start, the 89 comes in field and eliminated from this one. 1 lap down, single file restart. You can already see the wing on the 72 car is in the trunk. Kobe is trying to get the job done. Brendan Scorgi restarts P3. Corey Sando is your race leader in the 43. Green flag waves. Let's get her done. Glenn Sutherland scoots through to position number 4. Darren Jensen being bumped to 5. Troy Ho, Stephen Loader, they run side by side. That's for position number 6. Elliott under enormous pressure from Brendan Scorgi, who swings to the top. Works down the back chute, past the Southwest Conveyance and Grandstand. This is the side-by-side battle for that second and final transfer spot. Cody Elliott, the black and green number 72, currently holds a spot. The man you're going to watch for is the Gem Group number 20. Sutherland won tonight's F main. Now looking to sneak up the inside of Scorgi, and he does, just like that. Gets his way to the 3rd position. Scorgi bumped to 4th. Corey Sando trying to drive away into the distance. He's got the length of the straightaway advantage. Halfway home. 5 laps to run, Wade. You can smell that in the air, can't you?
Absolutely. It's a good point you made about the top wing, but look at the difference. Tricky, I'm going to bring you in on this as well. Glenn Sutherland has the wing wide forward. Elliott has the wing wide back. What are they looking for from the car with that setup right now between the 2 of them? Very different setups.
So obviously Glen 20 is that little bit tighter and doesn't have to worry about pulling the wing back. The only disadvantage of pulling the wing back so far like the 72, the steering becomes so flighty. So he might come to the bottom and it makes it so much harder to stick it. But Glen 20's obviously got a lot of reserve at the moment, so that's great for the 20 team.
So let's watch the left front wheel in particular on the Elliott car when he comes off turn number 2. You see it in a left-hand direction almost all the way down.
Yeah, it's pulled the wing so far back, it's just driving off the left rear so hard. So that's why you've seen him driving towards the fence.
It's working though.
So far so good.
He's going to hold on to this, Gav. Corey Sando will get the win.
Gee, Corey's been solid, hasn't he, since the drop of the green. He will win. Kobe Elliott will advance the Nature's Way, number 72. They're pumped up for that, so they should be. Glenn Sutherland disappointed that he pulls up a spot short. So Corey Sando, put your hands together for the B43, picks up the W. 10 laps in the books for the E-Main. Only the top 2 will advance.
Hey, Gav, did you hear that? We got to get the wheel off the Tasmanian. We haven't got a spare. Can someone flag down Johnsy and say, give us the tyre back?